Hello, this is Freak from Yak Chat. I'm just going to do another paint and record it again. I think this is like the third one I've done, so I don't know if there's going to be anything new or not. But anyways, I'm just going to record it just to see if there is anything new that you guys can learn from. Or I guess it's going to be the first female that I've done. But anyways, let's just get into it. So the first thing I usually do is make a duplicate of my layer. Oh, first check your image and make sure it's in RGB color, and then I'll make a duplicate layer just to so I don't ruin their original picture. And I guess the first thing we're going to do is apply some color. Sometimes the best thing to do is just to look at your avatar that you're going to paint and see if there's going to be any problems. Like I'm looking here, her face is very whited out on her forehead and nose, and her face is a lot whiter than what her skin is down here. I'll show you. So I'm going to take a little sample here. I'm going to go Control Copy to copy it, and then Control V, which pasted that little square onto this new layer. And if I pull it from here, you see that square that we just made, and bring it down here, and you can see how much darker her skin down here is. So that could be a bit of a problem, like when you're painting, trying to get some consistency in the color between her face and her shoulders. Just something, I noticed right off the bat looking at it. Another thing I noticed about this avatar that might be an issue is her hand. You can barely even recognize it as a hand. Like you can't see fingers or anything really, but that's her hand holding the kitten up against her. But as we maybe do soften on like in the filters, if we soften it or blur it, I have a funny feeling that we might lose the hand and it will be an unrecognizable hand and may look a little bit off. So that's another thing that you can sort of see before you even start painting. So it's just something to watch to make sure you don't lose the hand as we go. You can see a little hint of tattoo over here, which is kind of pointless. We might as well just get rid of these little hints of tattoo. Don't need them. And I don't know. This right here looks kind of funny too. You have like the strap coming down, and then you have a little white right beside it too. See how the strap goes up here, and it just sort of ends right here, which is kind of, I don't know, that might cause a little bit of a problem too, making it look a little bit funny. But anyways, yeah, this applies some color, so I'm going to go over my swatches here and just pick a color. So I'm going to use maybe something like this. So I'm just taking a sample, and then I go back to my avatar, make sure it's on color and 100%. And there's another thing that's like really, really white. So I'm going to apply color, see it's like 100% color up here. But when I'm applying it, there's very little actually going onto her face. It's and down here when it was dark, you can see a little bit more going on it, but it's so white. So white doesn't really let color apply to it. Either does black for that matter. Like black usually doesn't show up like as the color too well either. So like your extreme whites and your extreme blacks don't really accept color that well. So let's get rid of this. I'll start over again. Make another duplicate. So one way to rectify that is basically image adjust and go to your exposure, and you're going to play with gamma and exposure and just sort of darken your face just so it's going to like accept the color better. Like see how I'm going down here and it's getting a little bit darker. You can see the details in her nose coming in a little bit better when I darken a little bit with the gamma a little bit more. Yeah. So somewhere in there, just to get her skin a little bit darker, so it's actually going to accept some color when you do apply it. And you can see here what we did. and we kind of lost the cat a little bit, the details in the cat maybe a little. So let's make another duplicate here just so we don't lose it. Make a mask by clicking here, new brush, and we'll maybe bring it down to about 40%. And we're just, bringing the cat's face in a little bit. And we lost the details in her hair. We'll bring that back in, and we'll bring it up to 100% and get our eyes back in here. That's part of the app that I actually like the most, is the way her eyes look. So yeah, we merge these two, and that just made it a little bit darker, so we can get a little bit of color here. And I'm probably going to do this right away too. I'm just going to do my dodge tool and just lighten up the areas that would be highlights. So it's kind of looking flat after doing that. Maybe a little bit in her shoulder. Okay, so that's that. We make a duplicate, and now we go back to coloring. Color 100%. And yeah, at least it's getting a little bit of color in there, where before it was hardly none at all. So I'm not going to do this very accurately. I'm just going to rough it in. Our skin here, our hand. Alright, and then we're going to go here, black and white, make your mask, take out get our eyes because I got some pink in there, flesh color. Keep the cat's, and the cat's got some flesh color on its ears, we'll take that out. And maybe take the color of the strap that's going down her, which I don't like already. I think that's going to be a problem later on in life, but we'll see. Here we go, merge down, make a duplicate, and now we can maybe, let's use this, what do you call that tool? The stamp tool. And you're going to hold down your Alt key to get a sample here, and just tap out these tattoos she has on the side. Just because, yeah, you don't have to see much of them, so they're kind of more distracting than anything else. And what else are we going to do here? So we can start off by maybe doing everyone's filter that everyone likes. Old LucasArts. Let's see, that's doing darken her face even a little bit better. Kind of like that, and okay, that really made it pixely, eh? Pixely and maybe a little bit muddy. Okay, so we're just going to fade that effect down a little bit because it was definitely too strong. I do like how it brought in some details in the nose area, maybe the hair. I'm going to do another mask here again. Oops, what are we doing here? Make sure you're on brush and not the stamp tool anymore. So yeah. And we're just gonna kind of like just go over the skin areas a little bit, just because it's a little bit harsh. Went a little bit harsh on the skin area. Maybe not quite 100%. Something like that. We can merge it down again. We can duplicate, and the tattoos came through again. Let me just quickly get rid of those. And let's continue on here. We can make our eyes green, maybe. Maybe we'll color the cat first. The cat. We'll give the cat green eyes. Same color, 100%. That went black. Yeah, why did it go black? Green eyes. There we go. So now the cat's got some green eyes, and we gotta go maybe make her eyes green. See, our eyes are like really dark, so they're not really accepting the color. So we're going to make another duplicate, and we're going to go to image, adjust exposure again, and we're just going to play with these to make the irises of our eyes a little bit lighter, just so they accept the color a little bit better. Something like that, maybe. We'll bring it underneath this one and make a mask on the top layer. Mask. And just bring our eyes through, so they're going to be a little bit lighter. See how they lightened up a little bit? And now they will set the green color when we apply it. I'm going to merge it down again and go to my brush colors 100%, and now we're going to just color her eyes a little green. It's kind of cool how the eye color of her eye and the cat's kind of match. I kind of like that. What are we going to do? Well, we got the color of the cat. I'm actually going to go here. I already Googled cats, and it's going to maybe the coloring of, looks kind of like this sort of cat. Kind of like this, I guess. So I'm going to copy image, bring it back to Adobe, Control V, and just paste it on a new layer. We're just using this to pick up some color, so the color around the nose is kind of like an orangey color. So I'm going to grab a brush, hit your Alt to get the eyedropper, and pick this color up here. And then we're going to I duplicate it. We're going to go back down here and just color in around his nose, similar color that the other cat had around the nose area. It's this tannish color. Right here is kind of like more of an orangey or yellow color, tan. Come back down here, give him kind of like a tanny around his face, just around the edges, and keep this part around his eyes. Want to keep that kind of like white. Just color this cat in. Yeah, and then he's looking got more cat color to him. What are the colors we have here? Maybe just a little bit around this ear here. Cats usually have kind of like pink to white in the area, so it's going to make. Actually, I'm just going to use our skin color. It's kind of pink, so I'm just hitting my Alt key down, grabbing some skin tone. That's a little bit more on the pink side. Grab my brush again, and I'm just going to put a little bit of pink in this cat's ear. Yeah, something like that. Let's give it a color in the cat a little bit. I'm going to go to my blur tool, making our copy, and I'm just going to soften the skin, edges here. Maybe you hear my washer going in the background. It's going crazy right now. Must be on the spin cycle. Okay, so I'm just soften the skin up. everywhere. And yeah, this stuff is going to up a little bit. I don't want to lose the darkness of her, like the shadow in her knuckles, because I'm afraid I'm going to lose this hand. I can see it's already kind of losing it from the background a little bit. I don't know what to do about that. Maybe we can select the hand, the masquerade tool. So I just selected a bit of her hand there. I was hit Control H and go to back to my exposure go, image, adjust exposure, and it's going to bring up the brightness of it a little bit, just to kind of separate it a little bit, because I feel it's going to lose the hand here to the skin tone on the back, and it's just going to be harder to just brightening it up a little bit, just so you can just to separate it from her shoulder, her skin color in the shoulder, because we're going to lose it. Alright, so that's that. Make these straps, I don't know what color I think looks good. Should we keep it green to go with the eyes? Maybe. Let's keep it green. We can just use the same green, just pick it up. Yeah. Make sure you're on brush tool. Pick it up here, the green, like that. Now I'm just going to color these straps in. Ooh, what's that going? Oh, because I got my selection here. So just Control D to deselect, and then yeah, continue on painting these straps. We're going to make them green. I'm going over to his skin. That wasn't very good. And I don't like the way this white is. I wish it was just one solid strip here instead of having this white. Yeah, I think that looks good though. It's, I don't know. What do you think? Might be too much green. It takes away from the cat's eyes and her eyes matching. Have these straps here. What can we do? Let's try. Maybe we'll just take the whole straps all together. Take a sample with your stamping tool again, and just maybe we're just going to take this whole thing out all together, make her look like she's got no clothes on at all. I think I like that better. It makes it look like she has no shirt, and then it actually makes the eyes look better, because you're just seeing the two greens here, the cat's eyes and her eyes. So yeah, just take that out completely using the stamp tool. Just take a sample here using your Alt key. You hold down your Alt key, taking a sample of her skin just a little bit off the strap. Bring your roll this strap and just chop your way up. Get rid of the strap hole together. And you can see how it's kind of like a little bit mucky from where we just masked that off. I'm just going to go back to my smudge tool, my blur tool here. Just kind of blur all that out so it's kind of uniform again. And then you don't even know that the strap was there before. Yeah, that's kind of a cool one. Yeah, I definitely like it with no straps at all. So let's put the straps, then no straps. Definitely like it without it. Go down here. You get Control B to get your color balance, and maybe go play around with your skin tones again. It's kind of looking purpley. Tones. I don't know. Let's see here. What we got? Nah, didn't really do too much difference there. Made her hair a little bit darker. I don't like what it did to the cat. Well, maybe about 50%, and we'll do another mask. So I really don't like what it did to the cat colors. So we'll bring the original cat colors in it. I'm just going to bring it down the middle of the cat and give it a little bit more depth, I think. So yeah, that's a little bit better. So let's merge this down again. Bring this down again. Maybe we'll add the background now. So just go in my files here. Just my backgrounds. Let's see here. Cryptic speak backgrounds. I don't know, cryptic and really don't. Yeah, okay, we'll use that. Bring that into Photoshop. Just drop it. Place. And then we're doing the mask on it. Bring her back in, the cat, shoulders. You can kind of just turn this off and on to see where where her hairline stops and ends, and just work on the left side of her. You can see there's more. She has more hair up this way. Make your edge a little bit stronger. Like if I go left and right holding the Alt key, that makes my brush bigger. But if I go up and down, see how that does the softness. So you just want like a harder edge here to mask off this side or face here without really affecting the background that you just brought in. And I don't like her skin color. It looks kind of dead. I'm going to have to do something about that later on. But anyways. And then before I close it, I can just see how much that was on the mask. I'm going to click over here on the actual background and maybe go Control U. Oops. Control U. Where is that not going? Okay, image adjust. Huh, why isn't that going? That's weird. Oh, because it's not rasterized. So you're going to rasterize it? Not giving us the option. What the hell is going on here? Here we go. Rasterize layer. So you rasterize layer, and now when you go Control U, you will get your hue saturation. And I'm making sure it's over here on the actual background. And I'm just going to go left and right, and you can see how I got some green in there now. That kind of matches more with, or you can go opposite color, maybe like the blue better, and just leave the only thing green in the ab is just her eyes, and that might bring out the eyes better. Maybe an orangey color, just because the opposite of green is orange. That might bring out the her eyes a little bit more. Yeah, I kind of like this orangey red color, kind of mixed closer to the cat, but that brings out the eyes a little bit more, as opposed to having that green. Yeah, so we're going to go with opposite hue. Something like that. Do I want it darker? Yeah, maybe a little bit darker too. That brings out her more instead of like having it light. I'm just going to bring it down darker. And then okay. Over here, we're going to merge it down, make another duplicate. And I usually do my burn tool here just to make sure it's sit into the background a little bit. So where is it? My burn. just going right along the edge of her thing here, and I'm doing it mostly under the one side. You can see this light's coming in from this direction, so I'm darkening the side where the shadow would be on, and then I'm gonna make it looks like shit right now, by the way. And I'm gonna make we'll fix that right now. I'm gonna make mask again. Then we come back in with black and maybe a softer edge, and now we just come back in and bring back her skin. And you can see what we did in there. See on the background, it just makes her merge into the background a little bit better, so it doesn't look like he's floating so much. And merge down again. Then bring it down. Now what can we do here? Still not liking her skin. Maybe we can use sometimes what's that filter? Flaming pear sometimes. Ooh, see that? I kind of like that. Okay. So hit OK. I like what it did to her face. Like this area here, I kind of like what it did, but I definitely don't like what it did to the body or the background. Maybe it might be a little bit too strong. I'm just going to lighten it a little bit. Now we're going to do a mask again, and we are going to rub out the parts that we don't like. Like I don't like what it did to the skin here. I basically just like what it did to her upper face. I don't like what it did to the cat. Maybe come back in and bring in a little bit, 15%. Maybe mask out the eyes. Add a little kind of a red tinge onto the eyes. Yeah, I like that a little bit. It's definitely rounding her face out a little bit. Yeah, so I'll merge down. See, this is the beginning. This is where we're at now. It's coming along. I think it's coming along. Make another copy. You can go to filter, and I like my Nick effects software. And the Pro Contest, which one do I use usually? Tonal contrast. And I see these are all plus 30s right now. I like to bring them to neutral. So they don't have to be dead right on, but like just bring them back down to basically where neutral is. And then I just play with the, see, I like how that's bringing the highlights smaller, so her head's not so flat. See, that's too much contrast. It's making everything really pixely, and that's kind of soft. You want just a touch, just so it hits it a little bit. And then this one, so the same thing. That's like too much, making it pixely. Maybe something like that. Okay. Yeah. Maybe I'll do another mask because I don't like what it did to the skin too much there. I like what it did to the eyes, but I'm just going to bring some of this skin tone down again. really liking her skin tone at all in this picture. Merging down. Maybe a little softer. So we'll filter nature pressed softener. Yeah, that's way better. I use this enable luminosity I almost always have on. So that's the settings at 20 and 100 more or less. I'm gonna hit OK. And I don't like the way it softened her hair or her cat, but I like what it did to her face. Made it kind of more glowy. But you lost a little bit of the sharpness of her eyes and stuff. So again, a mask, black color. Go over the eyes, just keep the eyes in and the cat. Maybe bring this up, it's like way low. Like 60%. Bring the eyes back. The face of the cat. And the ears here a little bit. Yeah, even on the knuckles there, see how we're starting to lose the hand again to the background. Yeah, notice there's a little bit of a, probably looks like a tattoo there too. It's definitely not part of the cat. You should probably get rid of that part too. So we'll want to merge this down. Get our clone tool again. Just take a sample this way and come back in and get rid of that little bit of tat that we got going on. Yeah, well, that's all right. Maybe grab your blur tool again. Make sure you have the right size brush and just come in here and soften out some of these edges that you can see are getting a little bit pixelated. Yeah. Bring it down, merge. Maybe let's try soft and see what that does. Ooh. That really made her shoulders brown, eh? I don't know what to do here. I definitely don't like the shoulders. That's just, I don't know. Let's try this mode again. Control V to bring out your color balance. And maybe just play with these tones again. Yeah, I kind of like her skin color a little bit. I changed the background to a little bit more of a blue color though too. Didn't really affected the skin a little bit. Yeah, I kind of like that a lot better. I don't think I'm going to change her hair color. I'm going to leave her hair color black. And we can bring this down again. I don't know if this trick might work. If we do the old color range and maybe localized clusters. See, that's just getting some of his shoulder there. We'll probably have to do it on both sides. Yeah, okay, so we're going to do localized cluster and this, oh, maybe. Yeah, localized cluster. And just get some part of this shoulder here. Okay. Go to select, modify, and you're just going to feather it a little bit by 1 pixel. That's all you need. Go Control H just to hide the merchant ants. Go to image, adjust, exposure, and just, yeah, that makes a huge difference. I'm just going to brighten it up a little bit. Now it's kind of matching the, kind of like the highlights in her face a little bit better. Sometimes the gamma, yeah. Yeah, I think that did a huge difference. Look at that. That's matching her face a lot better. And bring it down. So this is where it started from, and this is where it went to. I think that's pretty much it. And I think I might post it like that. I don't really like this, the way it turned out. This had a bit of a problems. It's alright. Maybe I'd probably still post it just because there are some things that might have been new that I did on it that you may have learned. But yeah, not all apps come out great. This is probably like a 7 out of 10, I guess. But definitely not just, yeah, not the best paint, but I think it's still decent, and I'll probably still post it because I did do a few things with like the stamping tool that maybe a lot of people would never do, like getting rid of the straps and stuff like that. So there might be some use for it for people to learn. Anyways, I think that I'm calling that the end of this one, and thanks for watching. Bye for now.